Welcome back, guys. It is the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Hope you guys have been well. How you been, G-Man? How's things?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. What episode is this, bro? We're getting up there, man. 371, 2?
371, bro. 371, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've been good, bro. I mean, it's been my first week back to routine. I think this is 370, bro.
No, it can't be.
37. Where's 37? Oh no, last week's the Turtles one was 370. It's 371. 371. My bad. Yeah, bro. Listen, man, I've been good. Last week I got back to Dubai, spent the week just trying to sort things out, cleaning, this and that. And then this week's just back to routine. After this, I'm gonna go training. I went training yesterday. Just need to get my training routine back, get my health back, food and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, it's been good. We went car shopping. It was our anniversary this weekend. So lot going on. Just trying to, just keep on top of things and just trying to get through the day, man. So much to do and not enough time, I guess.
Always the way, bro. Always the way, man. There's not enough time. Definitely not enough time. It's a rush at the moment.
Yeah, what's been going on with you?
Nothing, bro. Work, and then home life, looking after the babies. Yeah, it's a bit busy at the moment. I haven't been able to train. I'm looking for work, and I can't seem to focus on that. But what else? What's been happening? What did we do last week, bro? I feel like we did. Did I have a screening last week? Haunted Mansion. We did the Haunted Mansion screening. Shout outs to Raheem for coming along with me. I know it was last minute. Bro, good fun movie. I really enjoyed it. Dan DeVito, Owen Wilson absolutely smashed it. But it's a good fun movie, man. It's a family film, which was really enjoyable. So, I mean, there's nothing for me to get deep about it. I just really enjoyed the watch. I personally could have watched it on Disney Plus, but that cinema experience, everybody laughing and stuff like that, it's always great. So you know what? Support cinema, get out there. Actors and writers still on strike, want to get paid right. I saw some emotional videos yesterday and I was like, that's heartbreaking to hear that, some of these guys can't even cover their mortgage and have to have 3 jobs, bro. 3 jobs. Bro, I barely can handle the 1 job. 3 jobs? Damn. But anyway, Haunted Mansion, Disney.
When you say 3 jobs, those people, what are they, writers? What are they? I mean, actors or?
But all of them, bro.
Wow.
Some of them have to keep up 2 to 3 jobs just to keep up with that mortgage payments, food on the table.
But it must be not as bad, not to be bad, but like the lower scale, like, because you got
of course,
the world-class actors and writers and directors and whatnot, and then you got the up-and-comers, right? It must be the up-and-comers who are trying to get there.
Bro, Sean Austin, who plays Mikey in the Goonies, Stranger Things, he had a video out where he's talking about residual. I can't even say it. Residual. Fucking me and my dyslexia, man. Just don't get that continuous payment because of streaming services now. VHS came out, DVDs came out, Blu-rays came out. They still got a piece of the pie, But now, with streaming services, they don't get that at all. They'll get a payslip and that's it. Goodbye.
Damn,
you know what I mean? So there are certain people up there, but overall.
Yeah, because I don't know how that streaming services work, but I believe they buy the license for the movie for a couple of years, or what they rent it for a couple of years or whatever, and then they pull up on the streaming services. But if that movie or whatever has been streamed 1,000 million times, the actor, the director, everyone else involved won't get their residual. Now I can't say a word. Residuals. They get that because they normally get a cut from every time it was shown or whatever. Interesting. Yeah, things have changed, man. But I don't even know what to say. Things have changed, man. It's gonna carry on changing. Streaming things going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they make up some kind of agreement, man, that just suits them. Or just helps. You know what I mean?
Listen, bro, they got to do what they can, or they end up losing like good talent. And if they want AI to write everything and do everything, then go for it. But then you lose that connection with the people.
You lose soul. I
Does
mean,
it?
AI won't never have soul. You know what I mean? You could probably create something. I saw this thing the other week, bro, an AI generated trailer, and it actually looked good. You know what I mean? It actually looked really good. But, you know, it's just a trailer. You know what I mean? Like where can an AI movie take you?
But it can't. But the thing is, we've come to that point now where I think personally, I don't know what happened to my camera there. I think personally that we'll come to a point now where it will be, yeah, it will become good, bro, man. And it's a shame to say, as an artist myself, who likes creating things, who, you know, creates the thumbnails for this podcast and do my artwork and stuff like that, that is coming to a point now where it's actually really good, bro. Even doing AI voiceovers on something is scary, bro. It's come to that point. But there needs to be some protocols in place for it to be ethical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, yes, it's coming to a great place. I mean, but even as you mentioned, as creatives and whatnot, you know, even the industry I'm working on, man, that you can create AI generated you know, ad creatives, and that means you're not going to need you're not going to really need a creative agency in the future if these can things. I mean, like I saw this website the other day that can create 100 different ad creatives in a matter of like minutes or seconds. All you need to do is upload a couple things and you're good to go. Whereas a actual human being, a creative agency, will probably give you 6, 8, I don't know, 8, 10. But to give me 100 different versions, I mean, that's freaking crazy, and that will definitely put creative agencies out of you know, commission and whatnot, man. Especially, you know, in my industry, there's all these self-service platforms. So imagine having a self-service platform where you can advertise your business towards a specific audience or premium, you know, on a premium publisher, and all you got to do really is put in your budget, put in a little bit of information about the creative content, what you're looking for to advertise, and then the AI does it all. It's kind of crazy. But that goes for everything. That goes for everything, you know. But this is what I'm saying. Like I read the other day, I was listening to a podcast where AI will not take over. It will mostly take over the white collar jobs, not mostly the blue ones. The blue collar job, like, you know, you're gonna need a barber. You know what I mean? A human's always gonna cut your hair, right? Ain't no robot in my head. And then cooks, you're gonna need a chef always to smell and taste and create unique, amazing dishes. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. People taking out your garbage, you know, the garbage man. Like you're gonna need them individuals who can go into a gate and pull the garbage bag out and pull it into the thing and then you're gonna need all that stuff. So blue collar work's always gonna exist. So it's interesting how AI is looking to take out, not looking to, but it will jeopardize a lot of white collar jobs more than anything.
No, it will. It will. It will. I mean, let's see how it goes, bro. I mean, I'm hoping the best for these guys. But yeah, what was it? What else is happening? So this week we got, like, tonight we got the Strays. Tomorrow we got Blue Beetle again.
Who's going to watch the Strays? That's going to be funny.
Well, that's me and Raheem's coming again to that. So
okay, I thought, oh no, Jakob's out of commission.
Yeah, he's out of commission, bro. And then you've got me and Ash tomorrow for Blue Beetle. Hopefully I can make it on time, bro, because I'm in Birmingham tomorrow. Tomorrow's induction day for Gallery 37. So
nice,
I'll be off for 2 weeks doing that, which is going to be, yeah. So tomorrow's the induction day, and then I come back, hopefully get to the West End really quickly because I'll go from King's Cross. So it should be all right. Actually, you know what? I need to check the timing, but like, yeah, everything's a bit. But the next 2 days is going to be full on. Work till Friday, weekend with the family, and then Sunday I jump on the train to Birmingham.
For 2 weeks. Okay. Well, hopefully, Bobby, if she needs any help, give us a shout. Well, I mean, I can't do nothing, but I'm sure at the house, mom and dad, Ash.
Yeah, sure. They will.
But yeah, no, sounds exciting, man. Busy week, lots going on, which is great. Yeah, it's amazing, bro. I wish I could watch Blue Beetle and all them ones. It's on the list, so I'm gonna watch it. I mean, like I said, we're looking for a car. We've kind of narrowed it down. You know, kind of exciting actually. I remember like couple of weeks ago before I was in London, I was like, I don't know what to do for a car. I have no idea. And then the best thing was like, just go and look. And that's what we did. We went to a showroom and immediately I knew what I could buy with my budget. Cars are out there, what looks good, you know what I mean? Because again, I had no idea, but then you see these cars. I came out of the first showroom like, oh, this Peugeot, I feel it was Peugeot 2008. I was like, oh, this looks nice. And then you know, from there, the next day we went to another showroom, and then I saw an MG that looked really nice and had more features and it was newer and I was like, okay, now we ended up going to the main MG showroom and then seeing a brand new one, which was a little bit more expensive, but had all these different features, it's brand spanking new. And I was like, oh my God, like I think this fits in my budget. So I'm gonna like, so it's just interesting. It's just interesting, like how I just didn't know anything or did not have a clue of what I wanted to a point where I'm like, oh, I know now, and I think I know what I'm going to go for, and we're just going through that process now of just kind of working it all out, basically, and making that decision. But yeah, no, I mean that's gonna be exciting. So hopefully that happens soon. I know, and I know in Dubai, I know it will not be stress free. So I probably will have to rent my car for another month. I want to get my new car and then give the rented one back. Boom. I know that's what I want. Smooth transition. I know for a fact, I'm telling myself now that you're gonna have to rent the car for another month and waste that month rent. I just know. So I'm like, just do it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, just doing that. And then I'm going training today, went jiu-jitsu yesterday, just first time in 6 weeks or maybe 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Just great to get back on the mats. My body's busted, but today I'm just gonna go MMA and just get back into the routine of training, man. A couple other things I'm starting off, you know, like I'm doing Quranic studies today, so I can't speak. Which China offer. We're gonna do 30-minute classes a week, just starting from the basics, man. Because I just want to learn how. As embarrassing as it sounds, man, I forgot how to read the Quran. However, after speaking to Sign-Up, she was saying that you know what, like don't be embarrassed, you know, us Muslims. And I've heard this before, us Muslims go through our own journey, like reverts go through their journey, but us Muslims, even though we were born as Muslims, we still go through our journey and our trials and tribulations and whatnot to get where we're. And plus what we studied in the past, unfortunately, wasn't 100% correct. And I'm talking about the accents, the trying to get all the words, because if you pronounce things wrong in Arabic, it sounds something else. And I know this from trying to learn Cantonese. One word with different pronunciations and tones can mean many different things. And that's the same thing when I say with Arabic, as in like, if I pronounce it wrong, I'm not saying a word right. So China was like, look, let's start from the very beginning. I'm talking about from the alphabet onwards, and we're going to do that. And I'm like, cool. And this is an ongoing journey. We're going to start today. Elliot's going to join me, and I'm really looking forward to doing that on a weekly basis. So something new, man. I mean, it's not new. It's something I wanted to do. It's just I'm getting closer to my religion here and there, slowly. Again, I'm on my own journey. I'm on my own journey. Some people are ahead of me, or maybe not, whatever it is, but I'm on my own journey and I'm trying my best to be best with my religion. Some things I battle myself. I'm not going to mention it here, but some things I know that I do haram. I battle in my own head, and I'm like, come on, G, why are you doing it? It's, you know, one day, inshallah, I'm gonna be like, no, enough. Win this battle. Let's go. Let's get this shit out of it. So we're all going through our journey, man. I can't judge anyone, and I hope no one judges me. But everyone's on their journey, whatever path you take.
No, of course, bro. Each to their own, innit? But we're not meant to judge. We had this. I had a conversation with one of the guys at work that listens to our podcast and watches our videos. So shout outs to you, dude. I'm not going to mention no names. Probably embarrass you, man. But he said the same thing. It's all about the journey, right? It is the journey, bro. Bruce Lee said it, and we're not meant to be judgmental in any sort of way, bro. It's not in my right place, but we have it, bro. Like, you know, I think what we were talking about was, like, he was like, man, you got to see Blue Beetle very early. And I was like, yeah, I did, bro. And he was like, that's just amazing to see that a fan can see that. And then he goes, I saw the backlash on Twitter. And I was like, what backlash? And he was like, you know, I saw your picture with the director and then, you know, these other people abusing you guys as influencers. And I was like, rah, this is deep, man. Let's look into this, man. Bro, this man got bare views on it, thousands of likes and the rest of it, just because I know what it is. And it's two of them, and I'm not gonna shout out names or anything, and I'm not gonna judge them because I don't know what journey they are on.
Wait, is that on the Brothers Geek Out channel, or it was on the director's channel where he posted it?
No. So the picture they found online and they used it basically.
Got it. Specifically with you or with everyone?
Yeah, with everyone.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, bro, this is deep. Let me check this out. So we read some of the tweets. And to be honest, I was like, oh, no, it's basic. He's just upset probably because he's a fan as well. And he doesn't know why he hasn't got invited. But then you look at his content and it's nothing but negativity. So it's like, it says it there in plain sight. They want fans there. They want fans to make the director feel comfortable, and it's not even that. It's fans that are going to enjoy the content. Look, me, I'm a fanboy. I'm going to say it straight up now. I'm a fanboy. I'll always be a fanboy. I am grateful for what we get and the content that we get. Why wouldn't I fanboy about a movie about a Mexican family that's almost like a Bangladeshi family dynamics, you know, with the dramas in the background and the way the food is cooked, and you know, it's a cultural experience as well to see that as well. Anyway, doesn't matter. I will always enjoy it because I see a brown guy representing the struggles of a boy growing up in a cultural house and then becoming the family making him become a superhero. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and
But I think the problem is that because out of the 67 million people in the UK, I'm one of those lucky guys that get to go to those events, and I'm always going to be grateful. And it's not because I think the content shit and I've abused everything. And listen, bro, I have been reading comics for a long time. I have been drawing these characters for a long time. When you say that I'm not a true fan, I'm an influencer, and Warner Brothers are paying me, yes, it cuts a little bit. But to be honest, I still want to say, I don't know what journey you're on to have that much hate in you, that you forget about. We're not here long, you know, on the longer run. Like, you know, it's deep to say we're not here long, man. Why am I going to push out that much negativity out? You know, I could tell you all sorts of stuff and how shitty life can be and how hard things are, but if I can get some key point little things like that, you know, those are the winning points, isn't it? Those little goals, you know, those are winning points. And I'll always big those moments up because I am your everyday fan. I'm just your everyday guy. But people have taken it into the wrong context and they've put in envy, jealousy, hate into that. And then they hate into the product as well, bro, which is a shame because people don't know what it's like to be our color. Most of the people that do the negative stuff are Caucasian. And then you see a person of color doing stuff like this. It's just a shame. It's so deep, and I didn't, in the conversation when I was having it with my work colleague, it was like, yeah, it is what it is. It's the world we live in, and it's such a shame that we still come to that point that we're in the 21st century and hate is winning like crazy, and nobody really enjoys the product anymore. They hate it with a passion, bro. Like some of the negativity stuff that I saw on there, you know, this character doesn't match this doesn't do that. It's a shame, bro. Like people, I would say that's not being a fan. Would you be that toxic against something that you love? Yes, it's interpreted in different ways, but comic books have been doing that for years. I don't understand that if you could see it on the big screen, interpreted in a different way than when Frank Miller did The Dark Knight Returns. How could you not see that different towards the comic books that came out with Neil Adams when he did Batman? So I just couldn't differentiate the difference in that, and it's a shame that the backlash that they call us so-called fanboys, and I'm a proud fanboy. I am a proud fanboy because I've got to do some outlandish, crazy stuff that I never thought. I'm 41 years old now. I didn't think the kid inside me would still continue to live on in those moments. You know what I mean? So I'm a proud fanboy. I'm excited that I get the opportunity to meet these people or work on certain projects or see certain projects very early. It's a privilege. It's an honor. Yeah, it's a mad one, bro. It was a bit of a realization of what other people are going through mentally, because we didn't just get abused by that person. We got abused on several websites, bro.
Well,
and it wasn't that. It was the negativity of, oh, fanboys meet, blah, 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 fanboys this, fanboys that. And it was like, bro, this is some hate, man. Goddamn, you didn't get an invite because you don't like the product. That's the honest truth. You're not a fan of the product. You're a hater. That's all it is, and
these
it
people
clearly should.
These people will flip immediately if they got an invite to all of them. They will say yes immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And there is a few people that do tend to message me on Twitter or on Instagram were like, "Oh, you don't even have that much of a following." What does a following mean? Like,
but that's just specifically hate. That is specifically jealous and envy. I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. These are emotions in you that will never make them successful. I mean, for the fact that you want other people to fail, or you're upset that someone's got doing something that you really want to do, you will never succeed because you're giving that energy out of, I want other people to fail, and then you can't, you're not even focusing on yourself. I mean, that's in itself, people who don't appreciate other people's success are always going to fail. I'm trying to say, they're never going to get what they want. They're never going to be accomplished in their lives, and they're going through their own shit. You know what I mean? They've never accomplished anything. They've never succeeded in anything. Or if they feel like they've succeeded in something with that kind of energy, it's probably some bullshit. You know what I'm trying to say? And they're probably sitting in their mom's basement, like fucking not achieved anything because they're upset that they're not getting the same much opportunities as you. I mean, I was just going to quickly say, I mean, first of all, we should never apologize or have to explain what we love or what we don't like. Secondly, I was going to say that, again, we all have biases. We do, right? We try to be objective with our biases, but we always have biases. And if it's something we don't like, we'll say, it wasn't all that, but I love the content out there. But it's okay to have biases. Like, I love the MCU. I was so biased over the MCU for the longest time, and I still am. But I still criticize it some of the times or whatnot. I'm biased over the Punisher. People laugh at me like, how could the Punisher beat the Marvel Universe? I'm like, it's a fucking comic book, man. Let him beat who he wants. But I'm biased over him. I'm biased over MMA fighters, fucking, like Khabib Nurmagomedov. I mean, of course, he was a Muslim representative, but he was one of the greatest fighters. I'm biased over him. So when you see people dissing him and cussing him, there's almost a moment of like, oh, but you don't, like, yeah, you don't know what he's gone through, and I want to defend him, but that's cool. It's okay for me to be biased. I'm not going to engage with people to try and defend him. And people who
no, exactly, yeah. And I wouldn't do that as well.
Yeah, people who want to diss him could never in a million years achieve what he has achieved. And I'm not talking about fame and popularity, because he is one of the most famous people out there in the world, a famous Muslim that Muslims represent. He represents a religion, I would say, well, I can't judge whether he does it perfect or not. He even says he's not perfect, but as an MMA fighter, he rarely lost a round, let alone a fight. He rarely lost a round. In his whole 29-0 career, he lost, you could say, about 2 rounds. Rounds, bro. That's unheard of, let alone being undefeated in MMA rounds. So I'm just using him as an example. Yes, I am biased towards him, but people still hate on greatness like him. People hate on Michael Jordan and whoever. Again, if someone invented the cure to cancer, that individual will get hated on because someone else didn't do it or whatever it is. I'm trying to say, like, everyone's going to hate. You never have to explain yourself. And, you should, I mean, again, I know you're not affected by it, but you shouldn't really be looking into that shit to say, fuck it. Because rather than doing that, spending the time that, we should be on a podcast, or you should be with your daughter, or you should do something social. You should.
Oh no, bro! It wasn't a long thing. It was a conversation at work. It was
okay. Well, that's cool. It
wasn't nothing big. I wouldn't go in deep. Search for that. It's. I think the hardest part is that negativity does. It fuels the social media platform completely, and that's where they're getting their buzz from. But when it comes to being works. Well, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The platforms all work like that, but I think to be pure at heart and struggling on your journey and getting those little wins. Now, don't get me wrong, my life is not perfect. Yeah, everybody goes on like it is. It's not, Instagram, it will only show you the good parts. It won't show you the mental health that I'm struggling. It's not showing my health that I'm struggling with. It's not showing my financials I'm struggling with. How to keep a roof over my head I'm struggling with. It's not going to show all those things. And I can be upfront and honest about that because that's everyday stuff. Yes. but I have my little wins, bro, which I'm really proud of.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
you should
Which
be.
my
You
kids are
should
gonna
be.
be having something to see later on to say, you know, oh, dad did this and dad did that, you know. So I'm not doing it for nobody else, and I don't need nobody's validation or acceptance in it. It's just you think we've come such a long way, bro, and you think comic books would even teach. I mean, religion teaches us a path and a way to move forward, but you'd think the goodness of the balance between, you know, good and evil, and even going to a villain side because you could see the type of struggles that they went through. You'd think that interpret into other people's lives, and it's such a shame that it doesn't. Because when I see Cap in the MCU, I see pure goodness, bro. You know what I mean? He's like the guy who's like, no, man, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for the what's right. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna have the new Cap, Sam, moving forward doing that as well. But you know, like the speech he gave in Winter Soldier, like watching it again the other day, I was like, this shit is deep, man. I can't wait to see the next Captain America. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like these values that are given to us via parents, comic books, religion, everyday strangers, we haven't moved forward, bro. Even with the amount of motivational stuff that gets pushed out there, bro, people are on a very bad, scary journey.
Well, it's gonna be, it'll never change. But since the day of human beings, there's always been, you know, Cain and Abel and shit. But I'm just saying, there's always been war and conflict. There's war right now going on. I'm not just talking about what everyone probably know, which is Ukraine, but we're talking about many other countries out there, Palestine, all this sort of stuff. But non-stop. So if there's that going on, well, internet hate won't ever drop either. But you gotta use it as fuel. This is where there's the difference. You gotta use it as fuel.
Yeah.
The best example who I love is David Goggins, who literally, you know, all the comments that you read, he literally records them, right, and says them out, puts it on his MP3 player. He don't listen to music when he goes out running. He listens to the hate. So he reads out people's hates, their tweets and whatnot, records it in his voice. You're a fucking idiot. You're fucking this. You're a fanboy, whatever. And that's what he listens to when he works out. Now, that's a bad motherfucker. That's someone who's taken all that hate and uses as energy to like, all right, let's go. I'm running an extra. Like someone might say something on there. He's like, I'm running an extra fucking mile. Fuck you. That, bro, that's what we need to do. That's what I mean, I don't read the comments ever.
No.
But what
and we
I'm
don't get
saying
that
is,
much badness.
no, you know
I think putting it out there was a message just to say, because I put out a message recently was that even though you watch everything we do, you hate everything that we do, you're still a fan. That's what I'm saying. You're still a fan.
Yeah.
Because it is. That's how I've always used that energy to fuel the work we do, the, you know, other projects and other things that are coming up, you know what I mean? Get me through my everyday life. It's the only way, bro, because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to go through that moment. I don't want to go through that hate. And it's like, yeah, people cry about all the toxicity in the products that we get and the content that we get, but never appreciative, because they don't know how much hard work and love goes into this. And even with the writer's strike and the actors strike, that look, these guys are doing this stuff for us. They love entertaining us. They want to give us creativity. Yet these big corporations want to hold them back. But look, they're standing up for what they deserve, basically. So listen, man, I know we kind of went off guard there, but I just thought, you know, people listening in, and you know, there are a couple of people on social media and the rest of it that follow us and always encourage us, bro. The amount of great messages we get is amazing, and I can't thank enough to everybody else. But I know everybody else has their days. They see things. They look at things. Just keep doing you. That's the main thing. That's the only way we've been getting through, is we're doing us. You know what I mean? And we'll continue to do us. So yeah, definitely. Another episode. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Continue, bro. Sorry, man. We got off guard.
No. I mean, it's important that we express ourselves and talk about these things. I mean, one of the best advice I was ever given before I left to Hong Kong was like, no matter what, just be true to yourself and everything will work out. That's exactly what I've been. I'm talking about not just in regards to my personality and how I talk and all that sort of stuff, but also in regards to my morals and my beliefs. And, you know, I could have gone to Hong Kong and just wild out in certain different ways. And I chose to keep discipline in certain things, and not just Hong Kong, Singapore, and even now in Dubai, things are different. I'm married. I'm looking after someone else. She's looking after me. But no matter what, I'm going to stay true to myself. And even the way I talk here on the podcast and all that shit, which is why I was telling you, I can't do reviews. I can't do reviews, 60-second reviews, because that's not me. It's not fucking me. So I might, next time you ask me for one, I'm just going to be like, fuck, the movie's good, 60 seconds, done. Like, that's how I talk, bro. So I can't do those bits. So even with this, right, I'm learning what is me and what's not me. And I've learned that is not me. And I'm going to kind of stop doing those in that fashion anyway. But yeah, no, listen, we'll be true to ourselves. We do what we do, man. Fuck, man. Like, let's get. I was just gonna say in regards to real quick, just go back real quick. I finished off the first ever edition of the Avengers coming together and whatnot, and it was interesting to see how they linked it with the movies and Loki and blah blah blah. But if you wanted to be comic book accurate, that first Avengers movie was awesome, but it was not comic book accurate. I mean, do you want to see a fucked up looking Iron Man in the thing? Do you want to see like some of the comments, some of the scriptures, the script that they would write? I mean, do you want to see that? Do you want to see the Hulk talking and say, "Oh, I'm going to join the Avengers"? Like, do you want to see that? No, you don't. You know what I'm trying to say? So don't talk about comic book accuracy, because some of these great movies who are amazing and they have to adapt, you know, have adapted, right? Some of the dialogue back in the 70s and 60s is very, it's funny. It's funny. You know what I mean? If you saw that in a movie, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? But I love it. I love the comic books and I love the new movies. But yeah, no, just wanted to kind of throw it out there. I've been buying all the comics books that they've been bringing out. I don't know if I told you, I went to the comic book shop the other day, and the guy tempted me with the original first appearance of the Punisher signed by the artist. I should have it here, sorry, but signed by the artist. I got the pictures here, and the writer, and it cost £2,500. And I'm like, bro, why have you shown me this? Because I'm so tempted now. Where is it, bro? So where is it? Oh, here we go. It's signed by, excuse me that I don't know the names, but Jerry Conway and Ray Thomas, right?
Okay.
Bro, I mean, it's signed by them. It's the original. It's a graded one. Oh, where's the comment? It's a graded one, right? £2,500. Ooh, that's nice. Oh my god, so tempted. But no. But I've been buying all of the original.
You know what, bro?
Not now. It may be in the future, not now. But maybe
yeah, you build yourself back up, and I think it's one of those ones where you'd be very appreciated about when you see it, because like I've got like the Back to the Future. It didn't cost that much. I think when I got it, it was like 50 quid, but now it's probably in the hundreds, which is the 9.4. What? Can't see it. Anyway, Back to the Future issue 1.
Yeah. I won a Punisher one like that, a graded one. I saw one in the other comic books. It was a cheaper one, but I should have picked it up when I had the chance. But I did buy a couple of other first appearances. I bought the Action Comics Superman. I got the first appearance of Wolverine. I got one of the Spider-Man comics when Gwen dies. Like all these old ones, right? They're re-releasing them and whatnot. So I'm just buying them just to kind of read them, and they're really good, man. They're really, really good. I mean, like I said, the dialogue and everything's different. So it's going to be different to the movies, man. You can't have them talking the way they talked back then, and the exact scenes. But I'm going to go back to Speedy Comics. Hopefully they got the Punisher one I saw and just purchased that. It was way cheaper. And something like this, the first appearance of Punisher, just being a fanboy, maybe in the future. Let me, I'm talking about not anytime soon. That kind of money, it's really going to be. I got to be in the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No.
Yeah, but all right. Well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the news. As we do, us brothers, we try to give you the news and our perspective and our thoughts, and news based on pop culture and stuff like that, movies and comic books, and give our thoughts. Our opinions, our perspectives don't really mean it means much to us and how we think about it, but everyone has their own perspective on things. But this is what I got, and this is the news that I've gathered through the internet, right? So some of it can be fake news, but I tried to do the research, research, bro. So let's start off with the same thing. Yeah, let's start with the same thing. I'm gonna keep doing it, but it's some good news on this as well. From a perspective, I could watch it soon. Sound of Freedom. So it comes out in Dubai tomorrow, Thursday. So I'm gonna try and watch it this weekend. I
nice.
can't wait. I
Cool,
definitely
man.
listen. I had a choice of a few different movies. Barbie's there. Well, to be fair, like Turtles and Blue Beetle's not out yet here, but Barbie and a few other movies are out. And I did want to watch Barbie. I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, you know what? I want to
I'm
watch
gonna
Sound of
watch it.
Freedom.
I'm gonna watch it on Monday when I'm in Birmingham
Nice, nice.
in the evening. So it'll be an evening film for me. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. At least gives you something to do out there. But I'm gonna watch Sound of Freedom. Comes out. I told my missus, let's go watch it Saturday morning or something. So I'm gonna go watch it. Just real quick, again for people who don't know, and it's based on a true story of Tim Ballard, the Sound of Freedom's movie starring Jim Caviezel, who
Yep.
has crossed over, and it's also crossed over $1 million mark at the domestic box office, which is amazing. It's about, a very horrific situation in the world, a real life $150 billion business of human trafficking, specifically children. Horrible thing that the world is going through. We're talking about hate on the internet. What the fuck is that, man? Like, what the fuck is that? And we allowing that to happen. And when I say we, I'm talking about government leaders. You people are in charge. You can't even unite for 1 second to say, all right, let's conquer that together, because that's fucked up. But the thing is, they won't, because they're happy to blow up children anyway. But I'm not going to get into that, as I've been doing every week. But just so you know, it did meet 100 million. So that's great that the awareness of it's going out. And it makes it the first indie film to do so in the post-pandemic era. To learn the real story of Tim Ballard and the Sound of Freedom true story. Absolutely amazing. I'm watching it hopefully this weekend. Do keep an eye out for it, guys, and make yourself aware of that situation.
No, I'm looking forward to that. I want to see it.
Cool. You talked about the haunted house. I'll catch that when it
Yes.
comes out on Disney Plus. I mean, it did get, I think it got slated and just didn't make money and whatnot. I don't know what's happening with the Disney stuff. Maybe it's because of the wokeness. People are fucking really, that's one thing. I mean, I don't know if this has got any in it, but Disney's been very woke with all their stuff, and people just been boycotting.
Yeah, honest,
shit.
I don't think so. I think it's got a great cast.
I think it's just Disney in general.
You know what? It's a very touching story about grief and people losing people, bro. And it's such a shame. Cinema hasn't been the same because after COVID, we've been funneled with loads of stuff coming out, bro. People are gonna be really picky. That I'm paying £70 a year on Disney Plus. It's gonna come out in 3 months. I'm gonna leave it. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm paying for a streaming service, but we're in a crisis in this country, bro. This is the UK. I don't know what it's like around the world, but I'm sure shit has gone up around the world as well since COVID. You know what I mean? So we've been an abundance of content, and I've fully enjoyed most of them. This is a touching story about a person who's lost somebody and finding it hard to get on in the world, and then finding a reason to continue. I thought it was amazing, bro. Danny DeVito, he cracked me up, bro. He's wicked. Owen Wilson,
yeah,
like, he's just got great
so
charisma on the screen. The
yeah.
guy's a fucking, he's just wicked in what he does. So listen, Rosanna Dawson's awesome in it. Fucking Gerard Leto's in it, bros. It's fine. It's a wicked movie, bro. You know what? I'm gonna tell people, if you want to take your kids to go watch this film, it's not a scary film. There are some jump scenes, but it's comedy, man. The comedy is great. But then there's touching moments where I was like, I teared up because, I'm still dealing with grief. So yes, that will touch me. So it did. I would say it's a great family film, and anybody who are adults that are going to watch it will shed 1 or 2 tears, definitely. If a movie can do that, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it on Disney Plus when it comes out. But you know what? One thing though, it just came to my mind, man. The only reason why I know a movie's been slated or it didn't make the money and people, it's because we do this podcast and I look into it. Back in the days, bro, how many movies do we love that have been slated? That's been said. The critics said it's shit. People say this shit. Fucking never made no money, like the old 80s movies and 90s. But we didn't care. We never looked into that shit, but only now. So I guess I make it a thing because I'm looking into it. But back then, but I bet you there's thousands of movies that I love to bits, like The Last Samurai as an example, that didn't make the money and got slated and people hated it. So actually, I mean,
bro, listen, bro, Blade Runner is one of them. That's a clear example, but it's a cult classic now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
what was that other one? There was another one. Shit, it's gone right out of my head now. There was another one. There's, bro, a lot of
There's
those movies, bro.
loads.
But they
There's
can't.
loads.
There's
Yeah.
loads.
I was
But
trying to
for
think of some
us,
too, but
we
they left
didn't
my
care.
head. Yeah.
We don't
No,
care.
exactly. We didn't care. We love them. And even to this day, I bring it up because I'm looking into it. But you know what? I still don't care. I'm always going to go watch it. And if I love it, then I love it. So I don't give a shit. I watched Flash the other day and I don't care about the CGI. I know it's shit. Even the missus was like, I feel like I'm watching an animation. That's how she commented on the CGI. And I'm like, well, you're watching a comic book movie about the multiverse. Then take it as an animation. Why not?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I don't care. The scenes with his mother, that touched. Whether the story, this or that, blah blah blah. The nostalgia was great. The scenes with his mother was amazing. And even though the CGI was shit, bro, Zod was awesome. The fight scenes were awesome. I'm not gonna go into the Flash again, but I liked it. I don't give a shit. So fuck it. All right. Moving on,
That's
bro.
a clip, bro. I'm gonna put that as a clip and I'm gonna tag Warner Brothers on there. Listen, man, we love that shit. Keep it coming.
I don't give a shit. I love it. Bro, Marvel Studios VX crew has decided to unionize as announced by the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. So I think this is the first time the VFX crew, right? Because the strikes, actors, writers, and whatnot. I think I saw something about stuntmen getting involved. This is the VFX crew, and I think every other crew, be it camera crew, lighting crew, whatever. I don't know how many crews involved. They are all should be part of this. It shouldn't be just about the actors and the writers. It should be the whole industry should be getting what they're worth. So that's something at Marvel Studios, and they've been getting slated, and there's been all these rumors that they're not being treated ethically and whatnot. So you know what they. Considering that they're not being treated ethically and then everyone wants to diss their work and they're under time constraint, you don't know that as well. People want to comment that I'm going back to Flash, sorry. You don't know what constraints that were put under, what the producers or the studios put them under, saying you got to do this by fucking 3 o'clock, otherwise you're fired or whatnot. So they had to put some shit together. You don't know. We don't know. So you can't just comment on things. Like we have no idea what this VXF, this special effects people do. Maybe they got a baby and they're a single mother or a single father, and they're like, I got to get a nanny because I got to work on this movie for the whole night, whatever. We don't know, right? So you can't comment. It's hard to comment and say the CGI shit. I've done that before. I have said that about She-Hulk and whatnot. But really, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going through. But anyway, this is a union that they've created anyway.
Well, they deserve it, bro. And as you said there, bro, it's like some things we don't take inconsiderate about, you know. And I'm sorry to use Flash as an example. If the director was clear enough from the beginning to say that the visuals were going to be different, it's a comic book movie, they're going to be different when he's in his perspective, things will look different, then I think that will clear up a lot of things. But that came after. But we don't know the shit mess that they went through. I mean, look at the people after Across the Spider-Verse, bro. The animators that went through the shit on that, bro. Amazing movie. I praise the artists that worked on that. It's fucked up what happened.
What
it's
happened?
appalling.
I don't know.
It's appalling. Bro, they're not getting paid enough, and they were, worked out of, working 16-hour days, 14-hour days, bro. For a payslip. No, man. That shit is like slave trade, bro. It's too much, bro.
It's because these movies and producers and studios make billions, right? They deserve a piece of the pie. And again, I saw this stat. I think Samuel Jackson put it on his Instagram, where really Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal, it will be less than 1% of their annual revenue. That's all they have to give up to make everyone happy and give them what they want. Less than 1% of their annual revenue. That's crazy. But that's business, man. That's business. It's every business, man. So it's crazy.
In the words of Javid, bro, business is business, cuz.
All right, moving on to DC stuff, bro. The unseen version of 2016 Suicide Squad, the director David Ayer mentioned that James Gunn said his cut of the film would have its time to be shared. So that's a possibility that could be shared and give it a different perspective on that movie, because I didn't really enjoy that movie at all. But maybe the director's
the only part I enjoyed was when Will Smith came out and he was like shooting everywhere, and Jakob was in the cinema and he was like, Big Willie style. Jakub was so moist in that scene. Like sometimes taking Jakub to the cinema is the best because again, he's a guy who appreciates the content.
He likes everything. He
He likes
truly likes
everything. That guy,
everything.
you know what I mean? That guy is just he's got a lot of love, man. And
Yeah.
he made me laugh in that scene because he was so moist, bro. He's like Big Willie style, and he was like doing this.
I wish I was there when you guys watched. What's the one with Keanu Reeves? The Constantine, which is a serious sort of scary movie and whatnot. And then there's the beginning scene where he punches the girl. The demon took over the girl and he punches her in the face, which is a serious scene. It's an exorcism scene. And Jakub just starts busting up laughing. Like, and everyone's looking at him. I mean, I know this through story. I don't even know if everyone's just looking at him in the cinema like, what the fuck's he laughing for? And Jakub just dying because just punched a little girl in the face. I mean, that's Jakub for you. I wish I was there for that.
Jakub.
Okay, DC. Okay, last week we spoke about Wonder Woman 3 happening. I read this week actually that it's not happening. DC is not making Wonder Woman 3. So I don't know. I think it was a miscommunication or something, but that looks like it's not happening anymore. And it makes sense, to be honest with you. I would say scrap it. Scrap the Snyderverse. Let's move on. I think all the characters should go. Let's move on. Because every character will be a reminder of what Snyderverse, and we don't want that anymore. So let's move on. So I think that's a good idea. Move on from that.
Yeah, no, of course, bro. Like, I don't know what. I suppose you just kicked up some hype, innit? And I feel like the studio that she was working with on that Netflix film was like, just say it because it will bring buzz to the movie, and that's how marketing works, bro. Lies.
Maybe I don't know.
Liars, bro. It's what we do, bro. We lie. And it's a shame I'm in that industry of lying, which I want to get out of. I'm fed up of it. Like, I've done enough lying in my lifetime, bro. In sales, lies. Marketing, lies. No more lies, man. I'm trying to be legit here, man. I got family to feed. I don't want to be burning in hell later on, you know what I mean?
Business is business, cuz. Anyway, I mean, listen, even if the movie came out, I wouldn't want to watch it anyway. So whether it comes out or not, I mean, I guess it's a disadvantage because you don't get a Wonder Woman 3, but maybe it's an advantage because we'll get something different in the future and it'll be a part of the new universe and we could just move on with that.
Yeah, let's see what happens, bro. It's a shame it happened, but I'm sure she got shut down by Warner Brothers after. Excuse me, could you imagine that? Hello, please, what's going on?
Yeah, she should just move on from that, man. Stop him. I mean, what happened to Henry Cavill was hard, man. So I think if I was her, I'd be like, you know, I'm done with Wonder Woman. Like, I don't want to play that role anymore. You know what I mean? Rather than letting the studios just give you hope or net hope, and then you have to embarrass yourself and whatnot. But anyway, I haven't watched a new movie. I mean, I'm not really interested, to be honest. I have to be honest with you. I'm not really. It hasn't captivated me to be like, I gotta watch that. But I tell you what, I did watch Cloning Tyrone. Did you watch that with Jamie Foxx and
John Boyega?
Boyega. But that film was freaking funny, man. That film was wicked, and it had an underlying meaning of control and mind control, and the system and all that. But it was really freaking funny, man. And John Boyega
it's a science fiction kind of horror movie, really subtle, but with some slight dark humor in it. And like, bro, you know what cracked me up was the white guys with the afros.
Yeah.
They were like, "What? You're white, man. Why you got an afro for?" I think that was one of the lyrics Jamie Foxx said. Bro, again, really subliminal, really great movie. I had a fun time watching that. They Clone Tyrone, it's called. John Boyega is a very versatile actor. I rate that dude. I want to see more films from him. I think he's great at what he does. Jamie Foxx made me laugh. And what's her name from Miss Marvel, wasn't it? Or WandaVision? Monica Rambeau's character. No, not Monica Rambeau. Yeah, Monica Rambeau's character.
Was she? I'm sorry, man. I can't remember her name. I apologize.
She was Jamie Foxx's thing.
Yeah, don't want to say the word, yeah.
No, man. Yeah, exactly. Say that, bro. Cause some controversy on the Brothers Geek Out channel, bro.
Good movie. Well, generally just fun, enjoyable movie, and like I said, with an underlying tone in there, which was funny. But really great movie. I enjoyed that one.
Same man. Same. Yeah.
All right, bro. Moving on. Bruce Lee, who I'm very big fan of, will appear in his own animated series, man, House of Lee, which is set to debut in 2024. freaking awesome, man. Fun for me. Definitely, I'm gonna be invested, and I would love to see, you know, it's gonna be awesome. An anime, it's gonna be sick. The way these animes are these days, I don't watch all of them, but the fight scenes that they can put in, they'll do a good job of putting a Bruce Lee story together. Or even doesn't have to be a Bruce Lee story. Just have, do you know what'd be awesome? It doesn't have to be Bruce Lee's story. Have Bruce Lee in a story, in a story. That's awesome. I want that. That's gonna be sick. So 2020.
No, bro, listen, I'm really looking forward to that. That's gonna be awesome.
Me too. I'm biased towards Bruce Lee, so I'm gonna love that. Shout outs to Y2K Illustrations. I think that's his full.
Yes.
Man, he asked a great question the other day about, and I want to get him on the podcast and talk about this himself. He was like, how would Bruce Lee do in the modern day MMA and whatnot? I gave him an answer, and I'd love to talk to him about it because I think there's a lot more to it. In a short answer, I kind of just said, bro, the truth is, if you just took Bruce Lee in his prime then and put him into, just say, the UFC or any MMA now, he would lose just because of the advancement of MMA. However, because of Bruce Lee's mentality, he would definitely learn more. I mean, he done a bit of grappling and whatnot, but it's advanced, right? He would definitely learn, and he'll be one of the best. He could be definitely up there once he learns and whatnot. But he would definitely have that open mind to be like, oh, I need to learn jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and all that sort of stuff. But he was already doing that back then with the limited resources he had back then. But
well, no, I mean, you never know. You never know. Listen, shout outs to Yusuf, who always comments. He listens to our podcast every week. Hopefully, bro, we can like motivate you, man. I know you were wanted to. I think one of the other questions that he recently put down on the BMA's recent episode was what martial arts he could get into. So listen, he's probably listened to this. When he does listen to it, reach out to Kibbs, me, or Gilman. And I spoke to myself in the third person. That sounds weird. Just reach out to us and we'll arrange a time and actually liaise with Gilman. Drop him a message on his Instagram, sort out some time, and you guys talk.
He already did. We actually already talking on Instagram. So cool. I'll get him on the podcast and we could talk a lot about martial arts. And I know he's big into anime. I mean, I could talk to him a lot more about martial arts than anime because he's well into that. But yeah, no, we will do. I think the question he asked was like, what martial arts? I think it was like, what martial arts would we want to get into that we haven't done before? I think that was the thing. So me and K West will address that next week. But I'm thinking about it. I think Wing Chun comes to mind, but I'm thinking about other art forms out there because there's so many other. Jukindo is something I never got into. But I'm talking about really get into because I've done a couple of classes of stuff here and there. But I'll have to think about it. But I'll address it on that. But I'd love to talk to him on the podcast hopefully soon.
No, definitely do that. That'd be good. Alara had her first karate lesson last week. Saturday.
What? You didn't tell me?
Was it last week Saturday? I don't even know what day we're in, bro. It's Tuesday. When we talk about last week, bro, it was just the weekend. If that just went. Yeah, Saturday. I forgot we couldn't take pictures because there was other kids there. She did her first trial lesson. She really enjoyed it. She came out and said, "Daddy, I had fun." It was more of a self-defense class, you know.
Yeah.
It's more of the stop, push, one of those ones.
Love it.
Her attention span for 30 minutes. I think 20 minutes she'd be into it, and then after that. But we've got another one that we're gonna go to next week. I think it's next week. There's one of the weekends I'm back for a couple of days from Birmingham. We're taking her to do Kung Fu. So see how that is, and that's a bit more local than the other place we went to. But it's funny to like. I could imagine Dad watching us when we were doing it in youth, but now watching Lara do it, like, yeah, it's it will give her good discipline, bro. Because now she don't listen, bro. As you already know that she just don't listen. She bare naughty, bro. So inshallah, that gives her great listening on there. Just listening, bro. She just doesn't listen. She listens to other people, her own parents, bro. Nathan. No, non-responsive.
Well,
some discipline.
I love the fact that she's getting into martial arts. I want Idris to get into it as well, and I think he will be in the new summertime after a new school season and whatnot. It's so important, man, for discipline. Look, I won't comment on what martial arts they should do. I already have. I would say jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but just as a start, striking base like karate, kung fu, all that stuff will be amazing. And in the future, depending if they love it, I would say jiu-jitsu, just learning some of the ground game is super important as well. But that's in the future. I'm biased towards martial arts, so I love the fact that they're doing it, and that's so freaking cute.
No, it is.
Cool.
Another thing before I forget. Oh shit, and I'm still working. shout outs to Sony Pictures and Gran Turismo for sharing our quote for Gran Turismo, which is absolutely amazing.
They definitely didn't share my
you
fucking review, but yeah, your quote was good. I ain't fucking making those reviews again, trying to say people's names and shit. I can't do that
So
shit.
that's why I don't do people's names, bro. It's hard enough for me to remember what I like. You know what, bro? I've actually wrote an essay about Oppenheimer because it's fucking with my head, bro. And I want to do a video on it. But then I just did a video like a couple of minutes, like before we came on the podcast, just trying to repeat myself. I've got a script and a teleprompter and I'm reading from, and I look fucked. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tell people I loved it, bro. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? It's hard because I can't articulate myself in the way I do. You know what I mean?
But I think the best way to do it is when we're on this podcast and it's recording. There's ifs and buts and ums and ahs and in and buts and this and that. Just say it. That in that sense, it's easier. But trying to read it off the script and trying to memorize it, fuck that, man. I can't do that shit. But anyway, shout out to Sony for using your quote. That was freaking awesome. Another one for the Brothers Geek Out.
It is. It's amazing, amazing. We've had, what was it this year? Shazam.
Flash, no.
No, not Flash, no. Shazam and Gran Turismo, yeah. Those are our two this year.
Amazing.
Last year was Violent Night and something else. But we're lucky, man. We're lucky, bro. I honestly,
one of them back in the days.
That one's probably the best one. But that's not under the Brothers Geek Out. That's under Kibler, so that's going to be stuck with me, bro. But still, it's an Ahmed on there. It's an Ahmed,
it's your quote anyway, man. So it's all good.
It's an Ahmed, bro. It's an Ahmed. It's an Ahmed. It's an Ahmed. When you, and it's a shit. It's hard to say. Like when you see some other creators that are there, like and as you saw when we went to the Gran Turismo, you know, it's fully diverse on a different level, and it's great to see so many people that are like us there representing cinema and loving cinema, you know what I mean? Definitely. So when you see a Brothers Geek Out, you know, it's two Bengali brothers, two Bengali Muslim proud brothers that are doing it. And I'd love to get more of the culture into what we're doing. I think I want to see more people like us doing stuff like that, you know what I mean? And to see Kibla Ahmed on a Batman, you know, that's a whole different level of thing, bros. I look at that and I'm like, probably, you know, people are looking at how much money they made or how big their house is or what nice car they got. I was like, God damn, I got my name next to Batman, bros.
Yeah.
On a fucking billboard magazine trailer. That's eternity there in itself. Legacy, man. I always tell people I don't work for this moment right now. I work towards legacy. We've been raised up in a way where honor and legacy means a lot to our parents and our grandparents. So granddad did Second World War. Dad did the stuff that he did for us. We're doing what we're doing for our kids now, nieces and nephews, so that they can be proud of where they came from and proud of the work that people have put forward. Because we were growing up in an era where we didn't really kind of notice that till later on in our lives. And now it's made me think about other projects I want to do with our family and things I want to leave back for the kids, because I don't know how much time I got left, you know what I mean? So I want to do as much as I can now to say, you know, they can go through that book. I've got this book here with all of the geekiest stuff that we could think of doing, you know what I mean? And a lot of that goes to some of the people that I've worked with along the years, and a lot of it is the hard work that we've put through to the podcast. So I'm telling you guys, legacy, man, work for a bigger, larger picture than that single focus goal. I know some people do that, which is great, but then there's other things you can do that make you joyful in life, because you'll be like, shit, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, no, amazing. I mean, yeah, it is legacy, and it's amazing because when we were kids, could never have imagined stuff like this. So it's been amazing. Look, let's finish up quick because I've got to go training in a bit, man. So I've got to make a move and go training. But some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle news, man. It's been exploding because of a new movie. I can't wait to watch it, coming out in Dubai, I think in a couple of weeks. But first of all, Nickelodeon recently acquired the broadcasting rights to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's using the free YouTube video as a teaser for all of the episodes airing on the network. So I was watching it yesterday. The first 5 episodes were on YouTube, and I was watching it. Absolutely fucking awesome. I love it. It just takes back so much, brings me back so much memories and whatnot. So that was awesome. The last Ronin video game that they're bringing out. I need to read the graphic novel because I haven't, but you've spoken about it. I'm gonna see if my comic book shop guy has it, but I might get into the video game. And then lastly, they're gonna be in Street Fighter 6, which is pretty awesome too. So a lot of Turtles hype going on, but yeah, loving it, man. It's great that they're getting some re-emergence in the world because they're fucking awesome.
No, good on them, bro. It's well deserved. It's needed, definitely needed. All right, cool. Listen,
Cool. And then
I'm gonna leave it with the. Sorry, go on.
I got three more things to quickly go through. We're gonna get Violent Night 2. That's still happening.
Nice.
Sacha Baron Cohen is reviving the one and only Ali G. That's gonna be jokes. I mean, I don't know who, but with YouTube out there, I mean, how do people not know about him? So I don't know how he's gonna pull off some of the skits and whatnot, but absolutely hilarious character. So he's coming back, which is awesome.
Bro, there are some people that live under rocks still, bro.
That is true. That is true. And then lastly, to finish off, the Dark Castle Entertainment is developing the 2021 horror movie, The 13 Ghosts, into a new series, dividing the movie into spectral characters. I think 13 episodes with 13 ghosts, which will be interesting. Maybe it gives us a backstory on those, because that movie was pretty good. I kind of enjoyed that.
I did as well.
Enjoyable. But bro, yeah, no, that was all I had on my list, and I apologize, I'm the one who has to cut it short because I have to go training. I'll try and time it.
No, that's fine.
But what else? You said there was one more thing that you had to give out.
One more thing. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting us on social media, sharing our videos, stuff like that, man. It's always grateful. I know we've done loads of giveaways, so I've got another giveaway coming up next week, but please bear with me. The deliveries are going out late. It's just due to timing and how busy it's been recently, but I'm away in Birmingham, so your packages you probably get it within another week or two, but I'm gonna try and get them out this weekend. So yeah, trying to get out this weekend. I have got another giveaway coming up soon. Where's it gone? I've got Supergirl Flash Pop to give away, guys. I've given a pop away every week. Most of the winners have already received their things. Twitter, now called X. I think we just went over like I don't usually do numbers because numbers really I don't really give a shit about the numbers. But we went over like 100, I think we're like 1,200 followers now on there.
Oh, sick. Amazing.
Which is amazing. And, you know, I don't like being a numbers guy. But anyway, thank you very much for the people that actually do interact. You know what I mean? It does help. It does help.
It's nice. It's nice to know that people subscribing and they enjoy the content to subscribe. I mean, with YouTube, we're 8 away from 500. We keep going up and down a little bit, but we're not hitting that 500 mark. Like generally the way things were going, bro, we would have reached 500 by now, by the middle of the month. But this month's been a bit slow. But you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Again, it's good that we filter out people unsubscribe, because if you don't like the content, that's good. Unsubscribe, because you don't need to listen to us talk shit if you don't like it. So at least we keep the ones who do want to listen, and that's what means more. But yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, of course, man. That's the main thing. But all right, okay, cool. Listen, bro, have a good one, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, share it on your Facebook, Twitter, X, or whatever you call it. You know, and engage with us, guys. If there's something that you want us to pick, I know on the next one we're looking to do some. People are here. We're looking to do some more quizzes. I think we need to get some quizzes involved into the podcast, which will be great. But yeah, for now, guys, massive thank you. Woos.
Peace. All right, guys.
All right.
Stripes.